There are bad days in cricket. And then there's this day. The day when one man's bat became a sledgehammer and the opposition's perfect plan went straight into the shredder. It was the 1996 Cricket World Cup. India at home were the heavyweights. A star-studded lineup, backed by a billion fans, and pitches made for batting glory. And Sri Lanka? Oh, they were the so-called plucky underdogs. Respected, sure, but never feared. But by the time the sun set in Delhi, Sri Lanka wouldn't just win. They'd change cricket forever. And Manoj Prabhakar's career would be left in smoking ruins. Arjuna Rantunga won the toss and did something bold. He chose to field. The Kotla crowd was delighted. In their minds, the script was already written. India would bat first, post a big score, and crush these upstarts under scoreboard pressure. And for the first half of the day, that's exactly what happened. India marched to 271 for 3, which in 1996 was basically Mount Everest. Sachin Tendulkar batted like a god and struck 137 at a runner ball, taking apart every bowler with surgical calm. The Indian fans were already thinking about the semi-finals, maybe even the trophy. But little did they know, the real show was yet to begin, and it would not be in their favor. Now, here's the thing about Sri Lanka in 1996. They had a plan that sounded absolutely crazy back then. Forget playing yourself in. Forget respecting the conditions. Their idea was simple. Bat like it's the last 5 overs, from the very first ball. No warm-up shots, no gentle nudges. Just bang, bang, bang. Rantunga had even told the press before the tournament that his openers, Jayasuriya and Kalubitharana, would keep going hard no matter what. Even if they failed 5 times in a row, they would not be dropped. That wasn't bravado. That was a declaration of war. And facing them that day was Manoj Prabhakar, India's Mr. Reliable with the new ball. He wasn't the kind of bowler who scared you with raw pace, but he could make the ball talk both ways, choke the runs, and force mistakes. And here at the Kotla, in front of his home crowd, he was supposed to be untouchable. This was his patch, his people, his stage. But then came the third over. It looked harmless at first. Jayasuriya on strike, Prabhakar streaming in. First ball. Jayasuriya dances down and smacks him inside out over cover. It doesn't just beat the field, it nearly clears the boundary. The crowd stays relaxed. Nice shot, but Manoj will sort him out next ball. Next ball. Whack. This time, straight over long on for 6. The relaxed murmurs vanished into stunned silence. And then, the real destruction truly began. 4th ball, 4. 5th ball, 4. 6th ball, 4 again. Jayasuriya was playing like the laws of cricket don't apply to him. Stepping out at will, hitting through impossible angles, and treating Prabhakar's bowling like a tennis ball knock in the backyard. By the time the over ended, the scoreboard was spinning like a slot machine. 33 runs in just 2 overs for Prabhakar. 42 runs for Sri Lanka in the first 3 overs. And remember, this was 1996, not the IPL. Back then, hitting like this wasn't in the playbook. It was in fairy tales. The local hero, the man they trusted, was being torn apart in his own backyard. Tony Gregg chuckled. Could be over in 15 overs. He said it with a laugh, but not a single Indian fan was laughing. When Prabhakar came back later for his second spell, it was obvious. The fire was gone. The confidence shattered. In desperation, he switched to bowling off spin. But it's like throwing a bucket of water on a forest fire. The damage was done. His final figures? 4 overs, 47 runs. And the crowd? They booed him. His own home crowd. For an Indian cricketer in the 90s, that was unthinkable. And just like that, it was over. Prabhakar was dropped for the next match. He never played for India again. Soon after, he announced his retirement. Meanwhile, Jayasuriya didn't even make 100 that day. He scored 79 of 76 balls. But that start, that raw violence in the first 15 minutes, gave Sri Lanka such a head start that their middle order could jog to the finish line. Man of the match? Not Sachin Tendulkar. No, the award went to Jayasuriya. Because cricket isn't always about who piles up the most runs. It's about who tilts the game beyond recovery. And in those 15 minutes at the Kotla, Jayasuriya didn't just tilt the game. He shifted the very axis on which cricket was played. Forever. That day wasn't just a win for Sri Lanka. It was a statement. They went on to win the 1996 World Cup using the same formula. Hit hard in the first 15 overs, crush the opposition mentally, and never let them recover. And every opening bowler in the world, from that day on, approached Sanath Jayasuriya with just a little more fear in his eyes. As for Manoj Prabhakar, his name became a part of cricketing folklore, a reminder that in sport, sometimes all it takes is one bad day in front of your home crowd against the wrong man to bring the curtain down. So guys, that's it for today's video. If you want to see how good was Sanath Jayasuriya or Aravinda de Silva, click on the videos being displayed on your screen.